Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Admin abuses freaking suck in Adopt Me. Don't get me wrong, when Adopt Me first announced that they were going to do an admin abuse, it was exciting because nobody knew what to expect. Naturally, everybody was hoping Adopt Me would be giving out high tiers left and right, or at least that's what I was hoping. And of course, it was nothing like that, but that's to be expected because Adopt Me doesn't want to ruin their economy. Because if they did, it would result in lower player counts and stuff. The first admin abuse, I believe, was the last week of 2025's Halloween event. If you played for the full half hour, they ended up giving out like I think 80k candy completely for free, which was honestly worth it, especially for those who didn't grind enough the last week to get their desired Halloween items or pets. It was most definitely a lifesaver to those. My friend Alice was able to get one more ghostly cat like she wanted because of that admin abuse, when she couldn't before if it wasn't for that admin abuse because she was busy with school. Admin abuses went uphill from there. The Adopt Me community didn't know that it was going to be a weekly thing until Adopt Me announced it themselves, which was exciting news. They had already done 2 or 3 admin abuses at that point prior to announcing that. Each admin abuse started to have the same tradition: gold circle on the ground that dropped XP and bucks, also having a party need your pets would need to complete by standing in the circle, giving 2 times XP and bucks with the circle, and the admins themselves enabling 2 times bucks and aging further, enhancing it with the circle. The circle would either be on the ground in the main Adopt Me map, or in any random area that the admins would put it depending on that update. Or the gold circle would be in the sky. The gold circle would sometimes be in the sky, and the admins would temporarily make every pet flyable for free to fly up to that circle in the sky that most likely drops bucks and XP, sometimes being cats or dogs too. It was all fun and games at first, but as the weeks gone by, it got very predictable, and still is to this day. It's that same cycle every week, with the circle mainly staying on the ground. Sometimes they drop more than just XP and bucks, but to be honest, those rewards feel very linear and expected now. Admin abuse should be spectacular. It's an admin abuse. Admins are literally abusing the admin commands. So what's the holdup when it comes to the lack of better rewards? One of the coolest admin abuses was when the admins gave out mega shadow dragons to everyone. I believe it was the second or third admin abuse like ever, but there was a catch. It wasn't tradable, and it wasn't until you logged off, like for example, you got the shadow dragon and then you leave the game, it's gone from your inventory because it was temporary. Don't get me wrong, I'm not asking them to give out mega shadow dragons to everyone permanently, because again, that would break the game's economy, which will massively dip the player count. But if we're Adopt Me to do something like this again, which I'm surprised they did only once, they should make it stay in players' inventories longer rather than it leaving the player's inventory when they leave. Because for most, the Mega Shadow would only last a few minutes since most are busy and are only getting on Adopt Me to play the admin abuse for the FOMO. Speaking of FOMO means fear of missing out, for those of you who don't know. The main reason I only attend every admin abuse these days is because of the FOMO. And even with the kind of cool admin abuses to where they introduce a new pet, it's not actually a new pet they just willingly give out, unlike that trashy rock on Christmas Day.
Old King Cole. What? Are you kidding me? This is what we got? Right? Oh my god. Disappointed, not gonna lie. Not worth it, but whatever. I'll make a neon, I guess.
Nah, it's just new pets that would be inside the admin abuse specific egg, which, don't get me wrong, is cool, because it brings more grind for the players, but to me it's just very discouraging because you get excited because you think, oh, they're giving out an exclusive admin abuse pet to everybody, but no, not technically, it's just in the egg. Just recently they released the Sushi Penguin, which was promised in earlier admin abuses, but I was discouraged hearing it was going to be inside that egg you had to hatch. And you could argue that I'm sounding greedy, but I'm not asking for much. I'm just asking for something new and different each time. Not just the admins running around the map for half an hour, giving us the predictable gold circle party need and some admin abuse eggs and maybe boxes. And I'll explain those are in a minute. Nowadays they do give out a decent amount of the admin abuse eggs and boxes. The admin abuse egg can hatch any pet that's currently in game, I believe. Plus, you have the slim chance of getting their Sushi Penguin or Velociraptor. Haha, it's named after me! Velociraptor! Yeah. And the Ab and Abuse box. It's just like the Ab and Abuse egg, but you have the slim chance of getting the Icy Aura, which is one of the rarest petware in the game. Not too much in value, surprisingly, but by quantity, I don't see it often. Oh no, what just happened? Oh, there we go. Ab and Abuses shouldn't be so underwhelming compared to other games. I only know one for reference, which is Grow a Garden. The map would change dramatically, sometimes being cutscenes. Adopt Me does both those things sometimes too, but when Adopt Me changes the map, it's usually only the skybox. And the only time they did a cutscene was when the Velociraptor released. Therefore, when the Ab and Abuse eggs first released. And I can't remember if they did any other cutscenes, that's the only one I remember, but which was neat, but again, underwhelming compared to Grow a Garden's Ab and Abuses, which would restock rare seeds by the weekly. And don't get me wrong, Grow a Garden and Adopt Me are very different games from each other. It's much easier to get quote-unquote rich in Grow a Garden if you played even one of the Ab and Abuses, because they would restock rare seeds, and with Adopt Me, it's more of a slow gain, since its economy is very complicated and when it comes to values. Giving out shadows and bat dragons would make many quit because many play Adopt Me just to trade. Also, to be honest, I don't play very many other Roblox games these days besides Adopt Me, because Roblox has so many games but no games, if you know what I mean. Maybe it's just my mindset, but all I want is just something new and different each week. And also, it was definitely a lot more fun for me when I would live stream them weekly, but they were starting to get boring even when I would live stream them. It would be super cool and fun because as a small content creator, it felt cool to have more or less than 20 fans in the server also playing with me. Felt like a full server. Made me feel quote unquote famous. Like those famous Roblox YouTubers that are always smothered by a wave of players with each step they take. It kind of felt like that, but on a more like down to earth and reasonable level. So maybe not live streaming the Ab and Abuses ruined it for me, but even with tons of people by my side, it still felt pointless to gather everyone just for some Ab and Abuse eggs and maybe some extra bucks. We need more. Please adopt me. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. I'm really trying to grow as a content creator. I really would love for this to become my job. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and remember, you are safe, loved, and protected. May the universe bless you. Goodbye, my creators.